Uploading.
Levioso! Accio! Revelio! Expelliarmus! Levioso! Accio! Revelio! Accio! Revelio! Lumos. Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
It's me,
Accio.
Gareth. Do you have a moment?
Lumos. Accio. Accio. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Accio.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Lumos. Hello again, Mr. Moon.
Oh, I was hoping to see you again, my young friend. Gladwin Moon, Hogwarts caretaker, at your service. First, please allow me to apologize if I seemed a bit, unsteady when we last met. I'm afraid I had a rather disconcerting encounter. Although I hear your visit to Hogsmeade was even more eventful than mine.
I suppose you could call it eventful. I certainly wasn't expecting a troll attack.
Oh, of course not. And from what I understand, the village was lucky you were there. In fact, my recent visit to Hogsmeade is the reason I was hoping to bump into you. I could use your help with something. Do you see that curious statue over there? Watch what happens when that light changes from day to night. Now, if you wouldn't mind, since that fateful day in the village, those curious statues have begun appearing about the castle. A fair number have been strewn around Hogsmeade. Someone, it seems,
Incendio!
You see, that day in Hogsmeade, I turned a corner and came
Confringo!
with a boggart, or shapeshift, if you will, which takes the form of whatever scares you most.
Lumos.
This one took the form of a demiguise.
A demiguise?
Yes!
Accio!
Terrifying creature that can see the future.
Lumos.
Wholly unnerving. I encountered one when I was a lad in Korea. Terrible experience.
Incendio.
Those statues are...
Accio!
The moons, I assume, are an uninspired place.
Incendio!
Some jackanapes used a boggart to learn my greatest
Lumos.
fear and use it against me. I have my suspicion as to the scoundrel or scoundrels responsible. It is my hope that they will slip up and reveal themselves as the statues disappear. That is why I need your help in removing the statues.
Why me?
A couple of reasons, frankly. First, your daring do against those trolls in Hogsmeade has gained you a reputation for fearlessness. Second, as macabre and hideous as a demiguise is, most would find my fear of them unwarranted. You, however, have seen how they affect me. I'm at my wit's end, young friend. I simply can't bring myself to go near them. In fact, I know of two statues right here in the faculty tower. Perhaps you could start simply by removing them, so I can go about my evening duties.
I'd be glad to help you, Mr. Moon.
Oh, I knew I could count on you. First, you know how to cast a disillusionment charm, correct? You'll want to do that before wandering the tower at night. Next, you'll notice that the door is locked. However will you get in? Alahomora, that's how.
But what about curfew?
Curfew? Oh, tosh. I sense you're a bit like me when I was your age. Oh, the school was my oyster. And I took advantage of it. Oh, everyone loved me for it. Oh, those were the days. Now, you'll find one statue in the prefect's bathroom and the other in the hospital wing. Good luck. Oh, and thank you. Simply cast Alahomora on the lock.
Alohomora. Well done! You're in. Remember, use a disillusionment charm. Lumos.
So no one claps eyes on you. This is a restricted
Revelio.
castle, after all.
Lumos. Hello, Hamora. Revelio. 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 Revelio.
How are your students getting along this year?
Rather poorly, I'd say.
Is that so?
Revelio.
We're raising a generation of coddled cake flappers that can scarcely tell the difference between Aconite and Asphodel.
Yes, well, it's still early.
Revelio. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. This must be the prefect's bathroom. Revelio.
For rebellion.
Aloha Mora. Revelio. Revelio.
I've always said this.
Revelio.
According to mine.
Revelio. Revelio.
I hope there are no students from the hospital wing on account of my venomous tentacula.
Not at the moment, no. Plenty of other perils and pitfalls to send them my way, though. Well, I suppose it's
Revelio.
now.
I suppose Professor Black knows best, but the students are terribly disappointed about Quidditch being cancelled.
I had planned to bet a few galleons on Hufflepuff this season.
Hufflepuff?
Accio. Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
Isn't it? Oh, I suppose I should pay closer attention in the next match, if there ever is one.
I suppose you should.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented this kind.
Revelio. Revelio. Hello, Mr. Moon. I have the moons you asked me to collect.
Oh, goodness! You're as fearless as I'd hoped. An excellent start. If we can collect more, it may shed some light on who's behind all this. Of course, I first suspected Peeves. He drove the previous caretaker, rancorous carp, to an early retirement with his intolerable buffoonery. But that does not explain the boggart in Hogsmeade, does it? No. I am determined, with your help, to discover the identity of my tormentor.
It's definitely intriguing. I'd like to help you solve this mystery.
You, my friend, are a gentle person and a scholar, and I have something to offer in exchange for your assistance. Now, remember, the moons are only retrievable at night. Thus, I encourage you to use a disillusionment when necessary.
How many statues are there to find?
I don't know precisely, but I've spotted dozens. Seems they're everywhere I look. You have your work cut out for you, if you were to ever unravel their meaning.
You mentioned offering something in exchange for my assistance?
I did. Once you've brought me enough moons, I'll show you even more powerful forms of Alahomora. Not every lock is as easy to pick as the faculty towers.
Understood. I shall keep an eye out.
I appreciate that. Oh, and I knew you were the one to ask for help. Keep at it so we can solve this mystery.
Declared Great Khan of the Mongol Empire. While pro-Kublai biographers, such as Marco Polo or Rashid al-Din, portrayed Arik as rebelling against Kublai, it appears in truth that Kublai had essentially usurped power. By Mongolian standards, his election was decidedly illegal. It lacked representation from the other descendants of Genghis Khan's children, and was not done in Karakorum or Genghis's homeland along the Onon and Kurlan rivers. Instead, it was held in Kublai's Chinese-style city, close to China, and accompanied by the trappings of Chinese rulership, including Kublai giving himself a Chinese-era name. Arik Buka continued with a more traditionally styled election held in July 1260. For the first time, the Mongol Empire had two declared Great Khans. After a summer of posturing back and forth, by the end of the year, the two brothers were at war. Though Kublai would emerge the victor, the consequences of the Tollywood Civil War were immense. After taking the surrender of Arik, Kublai invited the other heads of the family to come to a Kurultai to decide Arik's fate and confirm Kublai's election. Kublai came. In the 4 years of war, the Mongol Empire has transformed. In the far west of the empire, the head of Jochi's descendants, Berka, had gone to war with Kublai's other surviving brother, Hulagu. Berka was a Muslim, and while he held together and achieving peace with the Mamluks, Abu Sa'id's desire for Choban's daughter, the beautiful Baghdad Khatun, resulted in Abu Sa'id killing almost all of Choban's family, including the great Noyan himself. After Choban's death, Abu Sa'id's sole rule was remembered as a golden age by succeeding generations. It was in this period that the famous traveller Ibn Battuta passed through the Ilkhanate, remarking that Abu Sa'id was still a beardless youth and the most beautiful of God's creatures. Yet, despite no lack of effort on his part, the Khan failed to produce an heir. When it became clear that no child would form in Baghdad Khatun's belly, Abu Sa'id's eyes wandered and fell onto Dilshad Khatun. She was a daughter of Dimash Khwaja, Baghdad Khatun's brother, who Abu Sa'id had murdered several years prior. With a new target for his affections, he began to ignore Baghdad Khatun, particularly when Dilshad Khatun became pregnant with his first child. As Baghdad Khatun's influence waned, Abu Sa'id did not realize the mistake he had made. In November 1335, when Abu Sa'id was marching north to confront a Golden Horde attack, Baghdad Khatun is alleged to have made her move. in the account of Ibn Battutas, a man, it should be noted, who greatly enjoyed a good yarn. After one last bout of sexual intercourse, Baghdad Khatun wiped down Abu Sa'id with a poisoned handkerchief. Regardless of the veracity of Battutas' tale, as this was far from the only exaggerated story he told of women and sex, search for underlying causes beyond just alcohol. Scholars such as Anne Broadbridge have suggested this was a consequence of inbreeding, given the Ilkhan's preferences for marrying into the same families over generations. The combined effects of rampant alcohol abuse among both men and women and the consanguinity may explain the alarming drop-off in fertility of the Ilkhanate elite over the last decades of the 13th century. While Hulagu had produced quite the brood of little Chinggisids to the throne in 1317, he was but a 12-year-old boy. The long period of Choband regency further reduced the Khan's
I completed your assignment, Professor.
Good. You should be ready to learn the pulsar. Let's see what you can do. Concentrate. Do not let your mind wander.
authority and increased that of the military elite. Only after Qoband's death in 1327 did Abu Sa'id really rule in his own right, and did so for only 8 years. His vizier, Ghiyath al-Din Muhammad, the son of the late Rashid al-Din, sought to enforce tax reforms that would have strengthened the hand of the central government towards the regional princes and their appanages. It seems to have been an ineffective measure that only angered these military princes. Per Melville's theory, the only outcome of such failed measures was only widening the gap between the Ilkhan and the
uncomfortable and uneasy. That way, they're dependent on the interrogator to provide them comfort with things such as food and water, or even other favors such as cigarettes or compliments. This gives the interrogator leverage. Seth appears to be nervous as he sits and fidgets. Most people are nervous in an interrogation room, so none of this is really surprising. However, given the situation, his behavior is a bit odd.
I'll be able to bring myself to go into the forest. For now, I'm happy simply knowing there's something so lovely to do. Should I dare?
It is notable that Seth barely looks up to make eye contact with the detective. This is unusual, as most people would at least glance up when someone enters a room, or hands them something. This short interaction could be a sign of contempt towards the detective, or even an antisocial personality. The detectives decide to speak first with Tatiana about Mary's death, leading Seth to wait in his own interrogation room.
That monster.
His mistrust with a kind ran deep.
But you're friends now?
We are. Hadn't seen him in years when he came in a few months ago. But he recognized me instantly, which is more than I can say for some of my own classmates. Took them a second to realize I was actually a witch, not a wizard. Not all goblins are like Ranrock and his loyalists. Lodgok is as worried as the rest of us about what's been going on.
In that case, I'd like to talk with him, about Ranrock in particular. Where might I find him?
I assume your interest is to do with the rumors I've heard about Ranrock working with our friend Rookwood.
It is.
If he's not here, you might find him doing business at the Hog's Head. He's a trusted metal trader. You should mention that we spoke. He can, understandably, be wary of witches and wizards, even ones as young as you. That said, if you're looking for information on Ranrock to help rein him in, you'll find an ally in Lodgok.
Have you heard what Ranrock and Rookwood are working on together?
Not much more than the fact that they seem to have some sort of uneasy alliance. Friendship between wizards and goblins is rare enough, but between those two, they each want something the other has. I can guarantee it. That said, I fear they're like a two-headed serpent. Both will need to be taken down to stop whatever scheme they've been plotting.
You seemed unfazed by Rookwood and Harlow the other day. They don't scare you.
They're bullies. Plain and simple. Never tolerated them in my own life, and certainly won't tolerate them going after my friends. Don't misunderstand me. They're dangerous wizards and shouldn't be trifled with. They should, however, be confronted and reminded, whenever possible, that the rest of us have each other's backs.
Thank you, Sirona.
If you find Lodgok, please give him my best. I don't know what you've done to make such powerful enemies, but please, watch your back.
Might I ask you some questions, Sirona?
Of course you can.
Sorry. Lumos.
Can I help you with something?
Lumos.
You look familiar.
Hello, Lodgok. Sirona said I might find you here.
She did she? Did she send you with news?
No, actually, I wanted to speak with you. It's about Ranrock.
Now I remember. The 3 broomsticks. Day of the troll attack. You're the student he's after.
I am, and I need to know what he and his loyalists are up to so I can stay a step ahead.
Let's say I did know. Why should I trust you?
Sirona trusts me, and she thought our interests may be aligned.
Well, if Sirona trusts you, very well. I may know of something that could help us both. A way to get Ranrock to confide his plans to me.
I'm listening.
Years ago, a heinous witch stole a sacred goblin relic. Rumor has it that it now rests in her sarcophagus, in a tomb accessible only by wizard kind. Ranrock and I had a falling out a while back. The relic could well repair the chasm between us.
If I retrieve the relic, how do I know you'll tell me the truth about what Ranrock says?
We will have to trust each other. I, that you will not abscond with the relic, and you, that I'll share what I learn. Gather whatever supplies you may need, and meet me near the witch's tomb.
Welcome to the Hogshead. Head. Any empty seat is yours.
You think knowing spells is... Hello. Good to see you outside the castle.
You too, Amit. Lumos. I'm ready. Incendio! Lumos! Protego! Lumos! What precisely is the relic I'm to retrieve?
A valuable heirloom known as the Helmet of Urtgott. The witch considered herself a collector and purchased the helmet as a trinket. She cared not what pain she caused the goblins. Goblins believe that the rightful owner of any object is its maker, not its purchaser.
Wizard kind see things differently. It's a wonder goblins and wizards have ever been able to work together.
The differences between our kinds are myriad.
They seem to be.
It may surprise you to know that I do not believe those differences always to be insurmountable. It is the reason I find myself traveling with you to this tomb today.
Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos.
Ah, and there it is. The witch's tomb.
Dreadful looking place, isn't it? Incendio. Lumos.
Handy resource in...
I wish you luck retrieving the helmet. As a wand carrier, you should have an advantage. Now, before you set off, do you have any questions?
What about this helmet makes it so special?
The helmet of Urtkot is an ancient and storied relic, forged during a time of unity among the goblin clans. It inspired greatness, that is, until it was no longer ours. Then it became something else. A symbol of what has been lost, of all that wizard kind has taken from us. Reclaiming it would mean a great deal to goblin kind, and to Ranrock. He would be grateful to me should I return it.
It seems Ranrock and Rookwood are conspiring. Why would that be?
I had heard this. When the dark-hearted conspire, they seldom make their full intentions clear to one another. I can only speculate, but I imagine their alliance is uneasy and quite fragile. Let us hope that ours is less so.
Don't suppose you have any idea what could be waiting for me inside the tomb?
Considering a Dark Witch was involved, I suppose there's a chance you may encounter the Dark Protectors, known as Inferi. The foul creatures thrive on darkness and the cold. Vanquish them with light, force, and, most effectively, fire.
Don't suppose you have any idea what could be waiting for me inside the tomb?
Considering a Dark Witch was involved, I suppose there's a chance you may encounter the Dark Protectors, known as Inferi. The foul creatures thrive on darkness and the cold. Vanquish them with light, force, and, most effectively, fire.
It all seems clear to me now that we're here.
I do hope our alliance proves fruitful. Again, I wish you luck. I will remain here, eagerly awaiting your return. Please, be careful.
Revelio. 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 This place has seen better days. Oh. Mysterious and a bit unsettling. What to do? Revelio.
at once.
Expelliarmus, Levioso. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. It's sealed. Moths. Curious. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Merlin's beard. Revelio. Lumos. Incendio. Lumos. Incendio. Lumos. This can't be what I just do. Likely I need to go further. Reparo. Lumos. Revelio. Incendio. Accio. Lumos. Incendio. Lumos. Incendio. Lumos. Lumos. Revelio. I have a feeling I'm not alone here. Confringo. Incendio. Expelliarmus. These inferior, horrible. Revelio. Levioso. Incendio. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Incendio. Levioso. Incendio. Revelio. Incendio. Revelio. Lumos. If I could power it somehow, it looks like it could be rotated. Lumos.
Incendio. Revelio.
Lumos. Lumos.
Repair.
Lumos. Lumos.
Revelio.
This has a moth imprinted on it. The same as the door. Lumos.
Game over.